Next on the list is a gorilla. Yeah, you don't have a winning chance against a gorilla. They massive, they're so strong, they will break you, they will beat you up, they will throw you around, they will legit play with you like a little child. I welcome you back by a new video on my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. So today I'm gonna do something I find interesting and fun to do besides getting drunk. It's talking about human versus animal fights. I think you all seen the clips of Joe Rogan talking about a certain animal versus a human. It's pretty interesting, and today I found something that just shocked me, and it just shows how delusional some people are. So they asked random people the question, could you beat this animal, could you beat this animal, and they made like a poll, and it is honestly insane what the average person thinks they are able to beat. I think a lot of people are so delusional because they have never seen like a wild animal, and I really underestimate the power of like wild animals, and I think they're weak or something. So I'm gonna show you the poll, the results. So this is the poll. Just take a good look at it. Which one do you think is the most delusional out of all of them? I probably would say like the gorilla one is pretty delusional. Have you ever seen like a grown ass gorilla? They're massive and they smash you in like a couple of seconds without any question. But let's get over them one by one. So the first one is obviously the rat. I don't think there's any way you can honestly lose from a rat. Maybe if you have like 50 rats, but I think it's just 1 versus 1, which, you know, I don't think there's any reason to be losing to a rat. Maybe if you have like 100 rats and they're all gonna team up on you, like there is a situation maybe you could lose if they're all gonna bite you and give you like gross diseases. The next one is like the house cat. I think there is no person that has ever been ended by a cat. I know a cat can get really angry and aggressive, I understand that, but even if they're like aggressive, I still think they cannot like hurt you enough to just, you know, end you. I don't think there's any scenario, let's be real, a cat can legit end you. And one thing you need to understand as well, maybe if a cat like scratches you and he has like a disease and you're gonna die from that disease, but I don't feel like that's a fair thing to actually, you know, put in consideration. Next on the list is the goose, and I just think this is gonna be an easy KO. You can just break his head. Like I don't think there's anything that's gonna be happening. I know they can be kind of aggressive sometimes. I think the list up till here is pretty reasonable. I honestly would be thinking that more people would be saying could beat up a rat, but it's only 72%. I don't know what the people are thinking when they're saying they're going to be losing from a rat. I just don't see any scenario, realistically speaking, that a rat will legit be winning besides like spreading like diseases. Animals we talked about so far on this list are not animals that can end us, let's be real here. Maybe they're gonna be injuring us a little bit and maybe scratch us, but they're not gonna be lethal. Now we're going to talk about the next animal, and it's gonna be a medium-sized dog. This I think is a much more interesting discussion. So around 50% of the people think they can beat it, and the other 50% is thinking they cannot beat it. So I was googling first what is a medium-sized dog, because I was thinking about the German Shepherd, but when I googled it, it said it is like an Australian Shepherd, like smaller dogs in my opinion, like a bulldog. I think dogs like that are able to hurt you, but I don't think they are gonna be lethal. I don't think they're gonna be hurting you enough. This is obviously a discussion that we have had for hundreds of years, human versus dog, and I think a big dog, there is a much higher chance the dog is going to be winning if the dog is going to be bigger than like a medium-sized dog. I think like a bulldog, Australian Shepherd, I think dogs like that are probably gonna hurt you, but I don't think they'll be able to be ending you. I think you need to have like a bigger, stronger dog for that. And one thing you need to understand as well is that there are dogs that can like jump, and they are really dangerous. I watched like the movie Green Room, which is a pretty good movie, I would recommend it, but in that movie you had like a dog that jumped to someone's throat, and you know, the person survived that. Of course that was a movie, so I don't know how that's gonna be playing out in real life, but I do think it's a pretty dangerous situation if a dog is able to jump to your throat, because obviously you don't want to be damaged there. The next one on the list is the eagle, and I was googling to see how big an eagle is, because your boy has never seen a real eagle, and I was just surprised how massive they are. They're really big boys. An eagle gets really big, and I feel like it's really hard to fight an eagle because obviously they're flying, so they're gonna be really fast, but overall I would still put my money on the average male, like grown dudes. I think if you're just going to like smash them or kick them, I don't think the eagle has the power as well to end you. I don't think they have that power, but it's definitely gonna be pretty bloody if you're gonna fight like a grown ass eagle. Like that's not gonna be an easy fight, let's be real. Nobody wants to be in a scenario like that, but I would still put the human over the eagle, but it's not gonna be an easy fight. I was actually surprised that most people think they're not able to beat an eagle. Maybe I'm underestimating an eagle. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. The next one on the list is the large dog, and most people think they're not able to beat a large dog, and I think it's gonna probably be 50-50. It really depends on the dog and how angry the dog is, but let's say they're both fighting for survival. I honestly think this fight is gonna be the closest to like 50-50. I honestly think it really depends on the human or the dog. For example, if you're gonna take like an angry grown male German Shepherd and you put it against an average dude, I think that's gonna be a really close fight, and you need to understand it's gonna be bare knuckle, no weapons. I just think if the dog is really gonna bite you, I mean, especially like a German Shepherd or like a bigger type of dog, that is gonna hurt so much, you know. They are so strong, especially their bite force. I think a lot of big dogs are able to break bones with their teeth, so that's not something you'll be playing around with, let's be real. I think that definitely would be a pretty close match if you would put like a big German Shepherd dog against a human. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I honestly don't know about this one. I think it really depends on how big the German Shepherd is and how big the average person is. Obviously, if you start like really kicking the dog, you probably could win. If you really start harshly kicking a dog, if you especially know like martial arts, I think that definitely is gonna put the dog in his place. Next on the list is the chimpanzee. The last animal you want to be encountering in the wild and being angry is a chimpanzee, because they savage, they like sociopaths. They will legit pull out your eyes, they will pull off your dick, like they don't play around, they're legit sociopaths. To be honest here, that's not too weird because they're closely related to humans, but you know, I'm just saying. But chimpanzees, they're brutal, and I think they're much stronger than humans. And people are probably gonna say a chimpanzee is not that big, because I think they're pretty small height wise, but they're so much stronger than the average human. I think they're like 2 or 3 times stronger than the average human. They can bite really hard, they're sociopaths. Like, I think you're not gonna win from a chimpanzee. This also reminds me of like a clip I saw some time ago. It was like a jiu-jitsu guy that was saying that he could like choke out like a chimpanzee if he put him in like a chokehold. Let's try to do that with little Coco. See what's gonna happen if you put him in like a chokehold. Next on this list is the king cobra. So the first thing I was searching up is if the king cobra is poisonous, and yes, they're really poisonous. So I think this is obviously an easy answer. I don't think a human has much of a chance. If the king cobra is gonna bite you, well, you're done. So next on the list is the kangaroo. I honestly expected more people to be thinking they would be winning from a kangaroo. I honestly think like the kick they have is really dangerous. I've heard stories about people getting really hurt by the kick of a kangaroo, but I honestly would put a kangaroo much higher than like a chimpanzee, because I feel like the chances of surviving, you know, with a kangaroo is much higher than surviving with like a chimpanzee or a king cobra. But that's just maybe your boy. Next on the list is the wolf. When I was talking about the dog, I was saying there's a 50-50% of winning against a big ass dog. I don't think there is much chance of winning against a wolf, because a wolf is basically like a bigger dog, a dog on steroids, so I don't think you have any chance of surviving that. Next on this list is the crocodile. Yeah, there's a 0 chance you're gonna survive 1 versus 1 against a crocodile. First of all, I don't think they feel even pain. I saw like a video of a crocodile, and it was like another crocodile that pulled off like the feet of a crocodile, and the crocodile really didn't care or didn't feel any pain. So yeah, I don't think your boy is gonna be fighting a crocodile, but if I would just give up, because there is no winning chance against a crocodile. But still 9% is saying they won't win against a crocodile, which is obviously insane. People like that are able to vote and are able to ride a car. This is a horrifying thing to be thinking about. Next on the list is a gorilla. Yeah, you don't have a winning chance against a gorilla. They massive, they're so strong, they will break you, they will beat you up, they will throw you around, they will legit play with you like a little child. Not only that, they have a really strong bite force as well. So overall, yeah, you're done if you're gonna face a gorilla 1v1. Next on the list is an elephant. I mean, do I even need to talk about this one? There is no winning chance. How are you even gonna be able to hurt the elephant? They massive, they just gonna jump on you, or they just gonna kick you and you're done. Next on the list is a lion. Yeah, there is no winning chance here. And now we're gonna go to the lowest that most people think they're not gonna be beating, and that's the grizzly bear, which was honestly a surprise to me, because I would honestly put like the lion and the elephant lower than the grizzly bear. Maybe it's just me. I guess it has to do with the fact that we are asking Americans, and they probably have like experience with like bears and stuff, because that's like a thing in America if I'm correct. So I guess like a lot of this has to do with the fact that, you know, some of the animals on this list most people obviously have never seen, so they're gonna be saying stupid stuff, but there's still a 8% that truly believes that we'll be able to be beating a lion or an elephant, which is honestly just crazy that there are people that truly believe this. I guess we just need to pay the money to do it in real life. Maybe they would be pulling off something crazy, but I highly doubt it. I think it would be ending up in a bloodbath. But having said all of this, what do you think about this list? Leave it in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button, and I will see you weirdos in the next one.